Alright guys, V-Sing here for a special video. It's finally upon us, week 1 of the CCL, the Combined Championship League, and I'm here with a little team building preview. As you know, I'm your coach of the Carnivale Carnivines, and in week 1, unfortunately, we drew the Saffron Shaymins, coached by Super Slayer 649. So yeah, I'm scared. If you watch our power rankings, which should be up by the time this video is up, you will notice that Slayer and I actually respectively have got ranked number 1 and 2 in the league. We're the favorites. So yeah, 2 favorites week 1. But I'm just going to go over the team for, well, my team for this battle. And I'm nervous as hell, but let's go over Slayer's draft quickly, which you can see to the right. He has Mega Metagross, fucking terrifying. Thundurus, Incarnate, fucking terrifying. Hydreigon, that's terrifying. Slowking, well, he has David. I'm not scared of David. He has Infernape, which is again terrifying. Meloetta. Meloetta I'm scared of because I've not really faced any, so I don't know what they do. So I'm not that prepared for it. He has Tangrowth, which along with the Slowking is a very, very nice regenerator core, which I'm terrified of. Rhyperior, Hitmontop, a nice fairy type in Granbull, a bulky as hell Miltank, a bulky as hell Dusknoir, and your nice little contrary Malamar. So yeah, a bunch of threats. I'm terrified. I'm going to keep saying that, but yeah. So the first Pokemon that I decided to bring, obviously it has to be Lando T. Easily the best Pokemon I drafted. The main reason I drafted or picked it for this battle is because it puts in work against mainly the Mega Metagross. I'm terrified of that and the Thundurus, so a lot of my team is built to help with those 2 Pokemon, which will probably be my downfall in this battle because most of the prep went into those 2. Because honestly, like on that draft, they're the scariest things. So yeah, I scarfed it, so it's there to outspeed the Mega Metagross. You may be wondering why it's Choice Scarf with Stealth Rock. Slayer's draft, one of his big issues is the lack of spinners and defoggers. He actually only has Hitmontop as a spinner. So my logic going in was hazards, because if he doesn't bring it, the Hitmontop that is, he's kind of screwed. So rocks would be nice, and also it'd be nice to like bluff the scarf, like not having the scarf by leading with it and just setting up rocks. But we'll see how that goes. Oh, and also just before I say, my assistant coach, Hoodlums Crafty, did help me with this team. Sadly, he can't be in the video this week because he all of a sudden decided to go to EGX. So he's down in, I think, Birmingham, having fun right now without me. So yeah, fuck you, Callum. But he did help me a lot with this team, and we decided Scarf Lando's the way to go for Meta Metagross because, you know, EQ. I'm sorry, EQ hits a lot. It hits the Infernape as well, which is good because I'm scared of the Infernape. If his Infernape is scarfed, that's a problem, but honestly, unless he's running special HP Ice Infernape, he can't do much to a Lando T, so I can just Earthquake him. Rhyperior can get Earthquaked. Basically, a lot won't appreciate an Earthquake from this thing. Obviously, he's got Thundurus and Hydreigon that are immune to it. I'm not going to stay in and EQ them. For Hydreigon as well, U-turn is nice. Stone Edge, we have basically, it's one of those backups for Thundurus. If I have nothing else, I can come in and hopefully land a Stone Edge, get a crit, and destroy Thundurus. Because again, the thing is horrifying. If it sets up like nasty plots and shit, I'm scared. So yeah, and we just have enough EVs and speed, I think, to outspeed the Mega Metagross. I think that's what that is. Obviously, the rest in HP to lift some hits, and fully invested in attack and adamant. So yeah, that's the Thundurus Choice Scarf. Next, we have Skarmory. Okay, my thought process going in with Skarmory is that it somewhat, again, walls Mega Metagross, because I'm hoping that Slayer is so scared of my Lando that he's going to run Ice Punch on Mega Metagross and forget to run Thunder Punch for Skarmory. so it kind of walls it. Hopefully, that's my hope. If he brings Thunder Punch and Ice Punch, I'm kind of screwed. I'm hoping he'll bring Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, and Bullet Punch all for stab, then one of the elemental punches, not both. Again, it has spikes because, again, if he doesn't have Hitmontop, hazards are an issue for him. Roost for recovery. Brave Bird is just kind of there. Like, maybe if we have to, we can try and get down the Infernape or even the Tangrowth with it. Whirlwind is there because, again, if I get the hazards set up, I can just sit there, Roost and Whirlwind, and phase his team. I know it's a dick play, but it's a tactic, so I'm going to use it to my fullest. And it's just your typical Skarm reset with max HP, max defense, and summon special defense just to take any extra hits, even though it's not living any special hits. So it's just it's a standard Skarmory, nothing special. Next we have the mascot, the OG Scrafty. Now, this is a bit of a unique set. It's a Salt Vest because I want to be able to take some special hits from things like Thundurus, Hydreigon, Slowking, Meloetta, because this is what this Pokemon is for, those Pokemon. A Dusknoir as well. He's not running a special Dusknoir, but honestly, what's it going to hit me with? Malamar is a bit of an issue too. Actually thinking of it, I don't have much from Malamar, but I'll deal with it when I get to it. I honestly don't expect him to bring it. It doesn't do much against my draft. I'm running Fake Out, just chip damage is nice because he has a lot of fast Pokemon, so I want to get some chip damage off. Running Knockoff, standard. Drain Punch as well, standard, plus it gives me some health recovery. And the reason I'm also running Crunch is, again, I'm so scared of the Metagross that I'm running Knockoff and Crunch, because Crunch obviously will do a lot more to a Metagross because we're not knocking off any items. And generally Crunch is good to have anyway, because once the item's gone, Knockoff won't be doing as much. So yeah, the reason we have Intimidate again is Mega Metagross. Like, that's how big of a problem this Pokemon is. Like these 3 Pokemon that we've already gone over are here for Mega Metagross. That's how bad it is. The investments, EV wise, basically we bulk this thing out to live hits. I think it lives 2 or 3 Thunderbolts from the Thundurus, and a lot of hits from the Hydreigon as well. That's why it's Assault Vest with the special defense EVs. Is there to take hits and hit back hard, hopefully. And this, honestly, the Slowking as well, I don't think the Slowking can touch me, really. Unless it low-key gets Dazzling Beam, and I don't know. But yeah, Scrafty. He's going to come through. He's actually important to a lot. Like the Dusknoir, the Miltank, the Hydreigon, the Slowking. Hits all the Meloetta it hits. So yeah, that hits the Mega Metagross. That's the main thing. Next up, we got Typhlosion. Now, Typhlosion is essentially my insurance policy. It's like the last resort again for Mega Metagross. I come in, Scarf, Fire Blast, or Eruption depending on my HP. And also, I was also kind of scared. I was telling Callum that I'm worried about the Tangrowth because I know Tangrowth is a problem, especially with Regenerator. So we're hoping that he's not especially bulky and he's physically bulky and he doesn't have an Assault Vest, so Typhlosion can wreck his life with a Fire Blast or an Eruption. Extra Sensory, like, we don't really have any reason for it. It's the only reason we have is the Infernape and the Hitmontop, but we don't expect him to bring Hitmontop, so it's really there just to come in on the Infernape and Extra Sensory it. Focus Blast is nice for the Hydreigon and the Rhyperior. Rhyperior is physically bulky, so it's not going to appreciate Focus Blast. So they're just coverage moves, general coverage moves, because Typhlosion doesn't really get much in terms of coverage. Those are the 4 moves you typically run, with maybe an HP like Grass or something, but that's all we need. He's there again for the Metagross. So that's 4 Pokemon that are there for Mega Metagross. Next, we have, in my opinion, my favorite Pokemon in this team, Cofagrigus. This is just your standard physically bulky wall Cofagrigus with leftovers. This thing, again, it walls Mega Metagross. This thing is the main wall on my team for Mega Metagross, because Mega Metagross actually doesn't get much for Ghost types. I don't think it gets Shadow Claw. Its only Dark type move is Pursuit. He could be running mixed and have Shadow Ball, but I doubt he will. Plus, if he hits me, he gets Mummy, so by my Tough Claws, I can Willow it, which is nice. Willow's good for all his physical attacking Pokemon, obviously. And Willow is good along with Hex. We're not running Shadow Ball or anything like that, we're running Hex because the plan is, like I said, he has one spinner. We're hoping he doesn't bring it. I either lead or get off early with Cofagrigus and set up the Toxic Spikes, which you see there. So if I set up 2 layers of Toxic Spikes, then just kind of start phasing his team with Skarmory, with Whirlwind, just get everything toxic. Maybe let Skarmory go down, bring back in Cofagrigus and just start hexing everything. And Pain Split just there for getting HP back as well as the leftovers. This thing will eat hits. I honestly, in RU, I don't know why it's there in RU. This thing is disgusting. It's broken. I see myself bringing it a lot in this league because it's just too good. Like, Mummy is one of the best abilities. Like, if you're scared of something like that has Prankster or Tough Claws, something like that, you get rid of it as soon as it touches you. Cofagrigus is really nice. So yeah, it's Cofagrigus. Oh, before I move on, nicknames aren't on Showdown. I won't spoil the nicknames, but they will be in the Wi-Fi battle, which you'll see tomorrow. It's Sunday. But yeah, Lantern. He has a Thunderous. I don't like taking Thunderbolts or Volt Switches, so I have a Volt Absorb Lantern. Might as well use it. You might be wondering why it has a Citrus Berry. In this CCL, Cyclone and I, us two are the hosts, and we set basically the rules and stuff. We set an item clause. We're only allowed to bring 2 items on the same team. So originally, when Callum and I built this team, we had this with leftovers, and we realized, shit, Skarmory and Kofag have leftovers. So we were like, what do we put on Lantern? I suggested, was it the Rindo Berry that reduces grass type attacks? He suggested Citrus, and we kind of went back and forth on it. But ultimately we decided Citrus is better because any HP we get back is great. Because if we take 1 grass hit, that's fine, but we're not taking another because Lantern is slow as shit. So yeah. The EV spread is actually somewhat specific for the Thunderous. I think with this EV spread we can live 2 either HP grasses or 2 grass nuts. I think we can live 2, and we have Ice Beam to hit back. So this is specifically built to deal with Thunderous. Obviously with Volt Switch we can hit Slowking, stuff like that. We've got Scald for Infernape, and maybe even if we have to, try and Scald the Metagross, get a burn, hit the Rhyperior with Scald, stuff like that. You're probably like punching yourselves and wondering why are you only preparing for the 2 OU Pokemon, because they're scary as hell. Okay, if you watch the power rankings, everyone will tell you that the reason Slayer got ranked #1 is those 2 Pokemon. They are terrifying. So my team is basically built to deal with them, and honestly I'm worried that will be my downfall, because like we don't really have much to deal with a Miltank if it sets up, let's say, other than maybe whirlwinding it out or coming in with Scrafty and trying to Drain Punch it to death. But we'll see. So yeah, the EV spread is basically to take grass hits from Thunderous. We actually looked at Mega Metagross, and it does get Grass Knot, and it actually, believe it or not, Grass Knot gets boosted by Tough Claws. I think it's the only special attacking move that gets boosted by Tough Claws. So maybe we can take 1 or 2. I'm not sure coming from a Mega Metagross, but I honestly I doubt he'll bring it. He needs Ice Punch for my Lando and maybe Thunder Punch for Skarmory, and he'll have Stab. So yeah, we have Volt Switch and Scald just for stab moves. We have Ice Beam to hit Thunderous, Hydreigon, Tangrowth, stuff like that. And the last move, we actually debated between something like Dazzling Gleam for Hydreigon and Hitmontop and stuff like that, and Malamar. But we thought we have Scald and Ice Beam that kind of covers those Pokemon, so we thought we don't have a Cleric on this team. Like, if Slayer wants to be that guy and start stalling us with Toxic or burning us. And actually, one of the main reasons we have Heal Bell is the Thunderous again is Prankster, so we're scared of him just like spamming Thunder Wave. So I can just come in on a Thunder Wave and just heal Bell with Lantern and cure it all. Heal Bell as well as Volt Absorb and Water Absorb are the three main reasons I drafted Lantern: the bulk and the abilities and Heal Bell. Because Heal Bell is really nice to have. I know I have Mega Audino on my draft as a cleric, but in case I don't want to bring it, like this week, there was no chance I was bringing Mega Audino because Mega Metagross will just shit on it. Like that's not happening. Callum and I actually contemplated bringing normal Audino because unless Metagross is running Brick Break, it doesn't really have much to touch me with. But by the same token, I can't do anything in return. Like, he does get Flamethrower and Fire Blast, but it's not really going to do much, is it? So we decided against it. But yeah, battling Slayer. As of this recording, we haven't battled yet. I believe we'll be battling 2 days from this recording, and I am absolutely shitting myself. I've faced him before. I faced him in a league format before. We're actually two pre-existing league champions in our little circle of friends. I won one league, he won the next. Then we had like a champions battle, which was the only time I believe we battled seriously. I actually came out on top that time because one, I admit he played not to his best ability, and two, well, neither did I, but two, I was well prepared for his team. He wasn't as prepared for mine. So hopefully I won't fare too badly. I know how good Slayer is. We've battled on Showdown, he destroys my life. But as we all know, like, it's known about me that I'm not that great on Showdown, but when it comes to Wi-Fi, like, I'm actually somewhat of a threat. I know I sound like I'm blowing up my own ass, but yeah, I'm good at Wi-Fi, surprisingly. So yeah, we're gonna have some Wi-Fi battles here on the channel, and you're gonna see how good I am or how shit I am. We won't know until the league's over, but Slayer's battle, I'm scared. But that's my team: Lando, Skarm, Scrafty, Typhlosion, Kofag, Lantern. So, thanks for watching, guys. Wish me luck in our battle. And I'll see you guys next week for round 2 when we take on our fellow co-host, Cyclone. So yeah, thanks guys, bye.